Good afternoon, wherever you are. How's it going, guys? Hope you guys are doing good. We got a lot of people in here. How are you doing, Alex?
I'm doing fine. I'm lagging. I don't know why. I'm like super laggy. This is crazy since we've got really fast internet in the office, but
maybe
we shall see. We shall see.
On here. Guys,
yeah.
So let us know about the audio, the video quality, everything. So we have two major announcements here today for this live stream, and I wanted to wait for more people to get in here, but it seems like we already have quite a few people in here. So yeah. All right. So first, number one, we've decided to start 1 hour earlier. As you might have noticed, and the reason for that is because usually we find a trade maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes into the stream, and then obviously we want to see that TP or stop loss, hopefully TP, get hit before before the end of the stream. So we decided to we're gonna do 2-hour long live streams to make sure we get everything out of the setups. And the second announcement, and this is a big one, today we're going to be giving away 100K bootcamp account, right? Is that right?
Well, so we're going to try and make it a little bit interesting. If we get 100 likes on the video, we'll give away 100K bootcamp for one person that we're going to get from the comments here. Depending on the likes we get, depends on what account we're going to give. So let's say 25 likes, we'll get a 20 bootcamp, for instance, or a 25K high stakes. It's all going to be about let's see what kind of reactions that we get from you guys. If you want the bigger account, then you've got to like the video, make sure you've subscribed. And if it gets to 100,000 or 1 million, then we're going to have to start speaking to Gil and see if he can open his pockets to the big account.
All right, so
but that's the way we're going to do it.
Already at 50 likes, so yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I can only see 2.
It's going to be a quick Gosh. One. So yeah, just like the video, and we'll have to come up with a way of drawing the winners. And the idea that I have is I'm thinking, we'll have them comment something like 100K.
How did you do? Do you know what? That was in my head as well. I literally just writ that down on the giveaway thing, that they got to comment 100K. Really? Yeah, they got to comment 100K, and then it will come up. So when we eventually do it, all you guys have got to do is just type in 100K into the comments, and it will automatically add you in to the selection for the giveaway. So do exactly what I've done. Just write 100K, and that will automatically put you in ready for that giveaway.
Amazing.
I can see some people are doing
there's
it
a
now.
lot of 100Ks in the comments.
Yeah, so 59 entries.
Just one thing here, you only have to put it in once. We don't want people spamming the chat.
It won't work if you spam. It won't work.
If you do spam the chat, there is a possibility that you will not be in the competition. So you only have to do it once. If you do it twice, it's not like you're gonna have a bigger chance of winning. So we want to make sure that you comment 100K once, and then we stick to questions and stuff around the actual trading here. But yeah, that's for the giveaway. I'm not sure if I can.
250 likes gets 250K bootcamp. So let's see if we can get 250.
That would be awesome. All right, man. Yeah. Are you in any?
I am in a trade. Do you know what I've been getting? Actually, I'm in pound dollar. I've been getting chopped up today. I've already had my stop loss hit.
But we already hit the 100 likes. We're at 135 now. So yeah, just
that's brilliant.
Continue.
So I'm actually in a little bit of drawdown on this account because I already had a position up here that got taken out. My stop loss got here. It was a little bit too close. So this is the area where my stop loss my stop loss was, and then I obviously saw that it didn't break and breach the 200 in EMA, and I noticed the price did look a little bit heavy. Price is just very rangy and choppy at the moment, so I decided to get back in with a stop a little bit further up, and we will see what happens. But price action, I don't know, for me, I don't know about everybody else, it's been quite difficult trading for the last couple of days. It's been signals all over the place. So I'm just waiting to see what happens on this pound dollar position. And yeah, what about you, man?
Yeah,
What have you
yeah,
looking
no,
at?
I mean, yeah. So I've been taking a few trades today. Not very good trades. I've had 4 trades, I believe, one being a winner and 3 losers, which is so not starting the week very well here. But that's also like a pattern for me. I do trade. I'm Mondays are not the best trading days for me. So actually, in the past, I have the rule that said no trading on Monday because when you looked at my swing trading system, it just wasn't profitable on Mondays. But when I do trade lower time frames, it's easier. But the 2 very frustrating trades here that I took today. So I'm gonna show you. I'm actually gonna remove the limit orders for this one, but
Mm-hmm.
so the title of this live stream is we're gonna show some winning strategies here,
Strategies.
and I think this is the perfect example of my strategy. If you guys been following us for a while, you know that the system I'm trading, the strategy that I'm trading is quite simple, and it's most of the time it's just gonna look the same. So this is one of those trades. Now, obviously, it's not looking as good right now, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is what
The
it looks
entry,
like when it's triggering.
execution.
Yeah, exactly. So what I saw here, and then you also see that there's a signal here, and basically this signal just means that it's bouncing, in the fib zone, it's bouncing on that 20 EMA. So right now I'm
Mhm.
watching NZDCHF on the 5 minute, and here we have the 20 EMA on the 5 minute, and then stochastics is below 30, and then there's a bullish engulfing candle. So it's
Mhm.
it's quite simple to trade. You just want that like a somewhat of a trend. You want that push it upside and then come down and retest. Either you want to retest like the fib levels or the EMA. Preferably, you might want to have like a touch of that level. So right when I had the losers, I entered orders for this trade because usually what I do when I get that confirmation candle, I want to go down even lower. So this is on the 1 minute, and then I see here that I saw this and I thought, you know what, it's probably gonna come down and test this level. I almost always leave limit orders like below the entry candle
Mhm.
because it just gives me a better risk to reward, and usually it comes down and tests that level. But that just left and never got filled on that one. Uh, if I did get filled on this one, I believe I would be in somewhat of a good position here because if I look at this pair here, I do think that there is a fairly big chance that we're going to hit this area above here. We already have that rounded bottom, and it's a change in market structure here in the lower time frames. But now with the way market structure is looking, if I would be in this trade, I would probably have placed my stop loss here at entry at this point. So this is not going to be a trade for me. And the same thing happened on AUDJPY, where so this was actually a trade where I got stopped out here. I entered, I believe, up here for that move, got stopped out, and then it started moving, right? So very frustrating trading day for me. I had, missed one good entry and got stopped out on the trade, and then it started running towards TP. I think we all can relate to that. So very, very frustrating. So today for this session, I need to take it easy because when you had for me, that winner today was quite small. So I had like one hour loser and then 2 half-hour losers and then a small winner. So I'm about around -2 R on the day. So when you've lost a couple of trades in a row, you gotta be extra mindful for revenge trading and making sure that you're not making any impulsive decisions here. So I think my goal today is I don't know, to make sure I'm not taking bad trades, basically.
That should be the goal every day. I tell you what, one of my biggest problems is taking trades that I shouldn't be taking. But as soon as you get rid of that, honestly, I think there was a time, those times where you're just locked in on your trading. You think you're unbeatable, honestly, and then you're just like, you know what, I'm not trading this. It's not setting my rule set. And then you find something, you like, you know what, I'm getting in now, and it just goes straight to TP. Just that like solid, just like focus. Now I'm just taking trades. I see a little bit of a signal. I'm like, I'm in. But it's different when you're trading on a funded account to when you're trading a demo evaluation. So you've got to be a little bit more aggressive, I think, on the demo evaluations.
Yeah, definitely. We're up to 200 likes. So
I've got something to say, actually. What I've just heard is every 100 likes that we get, we're going to give away another account. So if we got 200, that's 200k boot camps. If we get 300, that's 300k boot camps, and so on and so forth. I think that will give it a little bit more chance to other people. If we're just picking out just one, we've got, let's say, 300 people in here. That's a little bit, it's not very good. But if we get the more likes, the more the accounts that we're going to give. So everybody, click that like button, get your cousins and your mom and your dad, your brother, your sister, everybody to like that button, and we can give more accounts out. That's the idea.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity to finally call your mom, tell her that you have an opportunity here to get, you have a good opportunity for the future. You can finally start making some money, get out of that basement. So
get that bread.
Call your mom, share the live stream with everyone you know. Talk to your neighbor. We're live on YouTube here, making money. Not didn't make a lot of money today though, but we're getting there. This is frustrating because like you look at AUDJPY here, and guys, when I'm watching a price chart like this, and there's a lot of levels on here. There's EMAs all over the place. I got the fibs and the lines, and you're probably watching this with on the live stream right here, and you're thinking man, that's quite a messy shot. So, and I'm thinking the same, honestly. So usually what I do is I press on TradingView that I right here, which removes everything. So now it just becomes quite clear, and you get a very good idea of what I was watching. And basically the trend that I was trading is this one right here. And again, we can look at the criteria of taking a trade with my system. You want to get in on the trend, and you want to get in on the break and retest of a horizontal level. I believe that was a horizontal level right there. That's the break, that's the retest, and then you look for a bullish engulfing candle, and I guess that's not a bullish engulfing candle, right? But you could see that if you do have so let me add everything again, and if we do see the stochastics RSI down below 30 and kind of giving us a bottom formation, then at that point I would say that these two candles right here would be decent for an entry. At least that would signal that I would be looking for an entry. So if we add everything back on and the stochastics RSI, well, it's not really perfect here, but it's still. So yeah, and at this point here, I would probably be a bit careful if trading this on the 1 hour. But there's still like the general idea would be to just get in on that break and retest, and that's the idea I looked at on the lower time frames. You can see on the 1 hour, the trend is very much intact on the 1 hour, and then I believe I went down into the 15 minutes, and we had this double bottom here, and I really wanted to get in on this. I had on the first trade, I had, I believe, a limit order here, like a stop buy order right here. I got filled on that wick right there, and then I got stopped out here. So the same candle that stopped me out also kind of was the candle that would have taken me towards the TP. So very frustrating. And I think when you make mistakes like this one, you kind of you have to look at your trades, and you have to ask yourself, like, what went wrong? Because as traders, it's a lot of trial and error, right? We have to, the mistakes that we do, we have to figure out why we made that mistake and make sure we don't repeat it. And in my opinion, like I put my stop loss right on support here. Like that's just not a good level to have
Sometimes I
my
fall for that
stop
as
loss.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think it's because we uh we focus too much on the profit targets above. We're like, yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna make some money up here, and we forget about the fact that it's 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 this area of the chart we want to make sure we always look at. So we want to
yeah.
make sure that we always keep our eyes on the invalidation level of our setup, and we focus more on the stop loss level and not the take profit level.
I love this strategy in the reason why, because you can use it, it's fractal, isn't it? You can use it
Yeah,
on lower time frames, you can use it on higher time frames. Like for me, I use a lot of EMAs, and I use the same kind of methodology with break retests on a 50 fib continuation to break the last higher highs or the last lower lows, whatever obviously direction you're going. Um, but yeah, it's just a super easy strategy, and a lot of people as well. If you're putting in a lot of your key resistance, support, and resistant areas as well, they can also help you with a little bit of confluence, because you're not going to, if you're at a resistance, well, you're not going just to long into the resistance. So some people, when you've got the support and resistant lines there, it also just helps you just keep a level head of where you are in the chart, because you can get lost as soon as you go from higher time frames and then you go into the day trading time frame. Sometimes you can get lost in what the market structure is saying. On the higher time frames you could be in an uptrend, and then you go on the lower time frames and you say, oh no, it's breaking the trend and it's going the opposite direction, and then suddenly you're all confused. So
yeah,
sometimes support and resistance lines in there, marking up your charts, maybe EMAs, things just to help you just keep where you are on the chart, just keep a level head as well. Wow, we are storming with the amount of people going for these giveaways. You guys want the accounts, I know it. That's
yeah.
it. Everybody's signing up.
Remember to sign up to the go to thehub.the5ers.com, sign up,
Yeah,
and
I'll
like the
post
video.
that
We're
gift.
almost at 300 likes, which means we're gonna give away
Free boot camp.
more accounts. So the Saul is not here today because he's busy in the background giving out all these accounts. Obviously, he
he's,
has
he's, he's
business.
manually putting them in. Let's see what
Yeah,
this doing, because I think this might hit the take profit. See, the thing is with GU recently, it's just, look at all of this price action is kind of disgusting, to be honest. Like
yeah,
it's really bipolar. Suddenly you think you're going long, and then obviously your signal is just all whacked all out, and it's quite hard to trade. But when I saw this break here and that retest of the EMA, that's when I thought, you know what, we could see obviously a continuation lower.
I like that.
And
That that looks like
I
a
did
good.
get stopped out. This is this is horrible, especially if
Yeah,
you've got in here, you maybe like trail your stops down into closer to your entry, and then suddenly you're in profits. You walk away from the computer, you come back, it's taking you out. Super annoying. That's why, as much as trailing stops for some people is really good, for me, I feel like every time I trail a stop, I end up trailing it too far, and I end up losing the trade, or getting out too early. But I ended up getting back in with this one, so this is okay.
I wanted to show something here.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry. So, yeah, like I talked
Like
about
this. This is
before,
nice.
there's a reason. There's a very good reason why I have the 50% fib on here. So usually, what I did in the past before adding the 50, it looked like this. I only had the reload zone, right? The area here around the 0.618. Now the reason why I'm adding the 50% fib is because you see this level right here. There's a lot of there's a lot of wicks and candle closes going down here, and you can clearly see that there is a level here. Now, when I add the 50, and this is going to be true more often than not, it's quite amazing how well price reacts to the 50% fib. So when I'm adding the 50% fib, you see that that's the level where price reacted to. So whenever I have a long signal, and then there's some discretion involved here. But usually when I have a long signal, and that's going to be this bearish engulfing candle right here, you see how it hit the level, it hit the midpoint of the reload zone perfectly. and then it but it's using the 50% fib as resistance right here. So usually what I want to do is I want to see the candle close below the 50% fib and then take the trade. Now the risk to reward will be much lower, but it's going to be a higher win rate because the 50% will often be act as a area where there's a break in market structure. So it's actually, you know, the 50%, when you reclaim the 50%, when you come and reclaim the 50% and you're getting a break of structure, it usually means a lot of times that you're going to see something like this. So if you go into the lower time frames, you'll also see that there's a very clear change in behavior here of this trend. And that's also something I'm quite big on when trading these trends right here. So you have that high, lower high, and then of course this is a lower high. But if you go into the 5 minute, you see that all of these highs are just quick rejections, and this is a range, and the 50% is that range lows. If we break the range lows and we move like this, that's going to be the
Sure.
trade, just like that. And then I'm going to take it down, probably down here for around 2 hour. So
Love it. Super simple.
use, yeah, and I always wait for confirmation. So this is I'd say this is the opposite of like when I had the live stream with Mickey and then Saul as well. They scale in as soon as the see price like react to the level they like. They scale in, but this is opposite because I always wait
Let's see if we can get,
for
sorry, mate.
confirmation.
Just gotta put it on. Let's see if we can see the TP hit together, and then I can get out of this trade. We
Dude,
nearly
we
have
already
how many likes have we got now?
334, almost. We might
Wow.
get up to 400. So
Wow.
it looks like people like free stuff because we have a lot of people watching. It's
Well, there's
also
free content on our YouTube all the time, you know. There you
yes,
go.
and
We got to
guys,
pop in.
this is not only for this live stream. You can
Do
come
it all the
back
time.
every live stream. We're gonna give away stuff every live stream. It's not only something special we do on this Monday. It's gonna be every live trading room. So you guys make sure you are subscribed and you need to hit that bell notification button. We had a question. Can you still, you know, if you win an
So
account,
yeah, well, I was gonna
you have
actually
to
go through this.
cancel that. You obviously have to cancel that meeting and get right back into the live stream. But yeah, of course,
No, so
if you
yeah,
like the video, if you comment, you have a chance of winning whether you are in a meeting or not. Preferably, don't be in meetings though.
yeah. So what's gonna happen is roundabout. We've got a guest coming on soon. So once the guest comes on, he's gonna come on in about 40 minutes. Towards the end of the show, once we get all the likes in and once everybody's here, we'll go through. We'll draw all of the contestants, and then anybody that's picked out, we'll reach out to them via email or they can reach out to me, and then we'll be able to give them the special coupon code for the trading room so they can get the free 100k boot camp. And you're going to see it live on here, so we're going to draw it out. You're going to see who wins. So it's going to be super transparent for everybody. And if you do have to leave, you're just going to have to make sure that you kind of come back, just maybe rewatch it, just so you can see that if you did win it, you can reach out, just in case there's a, you know, if you might not have your email on your YouTube channel, so it will be quite hard for us to contact you out. So you will have to contact us as well if we can't find your email on your YouTube channel. But that'd be sweet. We'll sort it out. But you know what? I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close 9. Yeah, I'm gonna close 9 and leave.
Nice.
I'm gonna remove that. Move that like that, and there you go. Now we're just chilling. We'll see what happens.
Awesome. Did you remove TP? No.
I've removed TP. Obviously on the dailies and stuff, it's still in a massive range, so it could just take me out, or has the potential maybe today is the time, because it looks heavy. Price action looks a little bit heavy on pound dollar, so you never know what happens. Maybe it's the day that it feels like it goes a little bit lower, and let's see if we can catch a bigger move.
Okay, so yeah, so we have a we have a question here from Julia. What strategy are you using? Well, let me show you. I've obviously you can you can watch the replay and watch before, but here we have another example of the system. So again, this is super simple, and I think this is also example of where I do feel I kind of like went on tilt today because I made a few decisions where if I used to let if I would just have taken a step back when entering, I would have made money today. Instead, I managed the trades and lost money. So it's a good example of, you know, what not to do. But here is a good entry trigger. So again, I put my fibs on from this high to this low. So you got one move, two, three, and then four, and then the fib from that high to that low gets me the reload zone here. I also added the trend line here just as an invalidation of this trend. I wanted to have stop loss below above that one. And so now we had a bearish engulfing candle hits the 20 EMA. Stochastics could have been higher, but this is all right. And I was also looking at a long on AUDJPY. So there was like confluence between the two pairs here. I decided to market enter here, and then when price ran lower, I moved my stops to this level because I basically, and then when price were gonna drop lower, I wanted to move stops to entry, and then this happened. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, this kind of looks like something else, but it doesn't really. I mean, it's still a downtrend, it's still creating lower highs and everything, but I decided to exit this trade right here. And then we get this. Like, it's just so frustrating. Like,
Yo,
another
it's
trade where
exactly
it's
what
just,
happened. Yeah.
yeah. And then it's like perfect, comes up, hits the reload zone, hits that trend line, and then boom, straight down. And it's just, happens so often. So now you have to ask yourself when you do mistakes like this. Well, first of all, you have to ask yourself, was this actually a mistake? Because you need to go back and look at every trade that you've taken, maybe the last 30 or 40 trades, and you get to ask yourself, if I did this for all of those, would have been profitable or not? And actually, when I see something like this, most of the times, for me, long term, it's more profitable to exit, because my best trades, they just go straight like that. They just drop straight away. And whenever I see that it finding support at this level, it usually ends quite badly. And that's why when this low gets hit, I always want to move my stops to entry, because usually you'll get something like that. And we did get that, but I had my stop loss higher. So yeah, that's
Yeah. Have you ever thought? Obviously, you've already tested your strategy, and you know that trailing your stops actually works better. It's more profitable for you in general. But have you ever tried just like set and forget? Did you find that like set and forget kind of strategy? Like you just put in your orders and then just leave, or is that something that you don't really like as a trader?
No, I mean, when I'm swing trading, I always just set and forget, at least
Nice.
most of the time. So because and I believe it might be, so it's been a while since I tested this, and I maybe tested this like 6 months ago. So I would probably have to test it again to really
Yeah.
make sure that it's working, because 6 months ago I believe we had a different macro outlook.
Yeah. 100%.
So yes, the market structure that we're treating now, or the cycle that we're in now, is not the same as 6 months ago. So I should be testing this again. And I do feel like one of the biggest reasons why I do manage my trade is because of emotions, basically. Like, I see my trade being in profit,
You
and
want to take the profits. Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to give away the profits. And I think that's my main reason for managing at least this trade, which is never a good idea. So with that in mind, it might be better in this market condition not to touch it. But then I don't know. It's a really difficult thing because it requires a lot of testing.
And the market, I feel anyway, is quite bipolar at the moment. Suddenly it's going your way, and then it's like, do you know, like the DAX is always, it's got like this kind of personality, the DAX is, where it goes your way and then spikes up back to your like break even, then go straight back down the, it's like very all over the place. And I feel like this is the market as well at the moment. Like it's quite choppy, especially on those lower time frames. And if you're a day trader and you like being on the lower time frames, it's quite a hard market to trade at the moment. But we'll see what happens.
All right, so it seems like my microphone is a bit.
No, you sound good, man. You sound crisp.
Yeah, but I'm getting some questions, some comments that it's too low. So I've increased the volume now. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully it's better.
So for the people that have just come in, obviously we're doing a couple of giveaways on stream today, and for you to enter in, all you need to do is write 100K into the comment section, and towards the end of the stream, we are going to do the live giveaway of the 100K bootcamp account. Jonatan, where are we actually at the moment with likes? Because my current likes are saying 16. It's obviously not 16.
We got 433.
Whoa! Yo! Gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Guys, you better get subscribing to make sure that you're here every day to get a chance of winning those boot camps.
Yeah, guys, remember, we're doing these giveaways every live stream. So every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you will have a new chance of winning one of these giveaways. I can't promise that it's always going to be the same award, but it's definitely
we'll
going to be
do
something.
High stakes. You never know. We'll do some instant fundings. There's going to be many different prizes. We're just warming everybody up, really.
Yeah, so definitely make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I do see, because I do look at the stats sometimes, and I do see that a lot of people are not subscribed to the channel. You're watching the live streams, but you're not subscribed, which is obviously that won't work for us.
Can't believe it.
You gotta subscribe. And I'm also seeing that we have some people on on Facebook and Twitter X. You have to like the video on YouTube.
It has to be on YouTube. You have to also comment on YouTube. It's not going to work if you comment on X or anything like that.
Yes. Okay. So what we have here on GBP AUD, I'm thinking that it's going to bounce down here, and then when it does bounce down here, I'm going to place the fib on that low or wherever it's going to bounce. Now we do have a slightly different market structure here, but I can definitely see price moving like this up into this area. The problem with this trade is I believe that once price hits this level, we've already hit high time frame support, because if you go to the daily, we're hitting this level right here, and I don't think I'm comfortable shorting into like the second test of that level. However, if we look at this level below and the daily moving averages, there's a good chance that we will break through here and come down into this area. And if I'm able to get an entry here on the lower time frames, and I keep my target open, so maybe enter something around this area, something like that, and I keep my target open for a move down to the daily moving averages, that could be, I mean, I would probably have to risk a little bit smaller here and just let this one stay open, but I do see a possibility of breaking down here. Probably not though.
It's a difficult place to. Because that could be like a nice short trade that then turns into a wick. Then the people start buying up there. So it's everybody kind of sees it on so many different time frames. You've got to think, what are the people on the like bigger time frames looking at? They're looking at, obviously it's coming into support. So, and then people on the lower time frames are looking, okay, I'm going to sell down here. So most of those on lower time frames are going to turn into the liquidity. Then it's going to probably get bought up, and then it may continue up further up. So when you're starting looking on these different time frames and you're building up that story and thinking, what would I do if I was a high time frame trader? What would I do if I'm a short term trader? And you can kind of see who's going to be the ones that are going to be worst off. And normally, if you think of the ones that are going to be worst off, normally that's what's gonna happen. Because at the end of the day, market's here not to benefit of it's going to take money away from us. That's the market, and that's what it's here. It's supposed to take money from you and put it into somebody else's pocket. So the more people it messes up, the better obviously market works. Unfortunately, that's how it is. So that's the way I look at it anyway. I don't know what other people think, but
no, I think that makes sense. You want to look at it, I'm trying to find the word, but the the max pain level, right? Where
Yeah, baby,
the
that max
most,
level.
you know, just where most people get stopped at. All right, Euro GBP. So this was the short that I was looking for. Now remember, we if we did not have that 50. Now, where did Alex go? What happened?
I pressed the back button on my
It's
computer.
like Max Payne. I'm
Yeah,
getting out.
max pain, boom.
So
Now
yeah, I
we're back.
remember like we talked about how that would have been a good entry without the 50%, and now because I didn't want to enter this because of the 50, I'm saved from that break of structure. Now on the flip side, we have something else happening here. We have the weekly open here. Now look, the weekly open happened right here. The weekly open price has not been tested. You could argue that that's a test, but it hasn't really been tested. So if you look at the 1 hour, the weekly open is a clean level, and usually I see that on Monday, and this happens quite often. On Monday, you see a move in one direction, and then on Tuesday or Monday evening, you see most of that move retracing, and that means you come back up and test the weekly open. So on the 15-minute, we have a break of structure here. And this is very, very simple. If this move continues like that, we put a fib on that move, we long it here, and we ride it up to weekly open. Just a break and retest, but the exact same setup, but we just flip it. So if I put a fib from that low all the way up here, we will see, yeah, look at that, perfect. So maybe hit the 50%, maybe hit the moving average or something, and then up to the weekly open. And I'm thinking this setup is 3.5, but I'm thinking I might get a, I don't know, like a 2R out of this one because I want to have a wide stop loss. And then also you want to make sure that you are somewhat within the high time frames. So I go to the daily, and yeah, this is not even close to being with the higher time frame. So this is obviously quite problematic because we're going along in a very obvious downtrend. So in that case, if you decide to take this trade, or if I decide to take this trade, you're basically trading against the trend. The best thing to do is to probably not take this trade at all. But if I have to take this trade, I'm taking it with minimal risk, maybe like 25% of the original risk. Because it does look good. I mean, this structure here, because here you have like a sweep of the lows or whatever. You take out these lows and then you reclaim that. And so if you're watching this as a range, this is what I would like to call a full range resolution trade, where you reclaim the range lows straight up to range highs, which is also the weekly open.
I used to love trading ranges. I don't know what happened to that. Like I used to love trading ranges on Bitcoin, and
Oh yeah,
I've got out of that. You know, I got out of that somehow. I ended up just going on lower time frames and just trying to trade little intraday trends. But what's going on in Bitcoin actually? Do you want to pop over to that? Because I was saying it was going to go down, and I was. Let's have a look because it's definitely not gone. Let's have a look where we are.
Well, we got. I believe we have. I don't know about Bitcoin, but we do have something similar here. I honestly, man, like Bitcoin up here is very difficult. But yeah, we do have some sort of range here, and it actually looks quite good. So let me just remove that. Yeah, I can't. I don't know why. All right. So we have a level here, something like that, and then we have that, like that lower level. So I would say this would be maybe something like that. Now, of course, there's not a lot of room between these levels. Let's see on the 4 hour. I would probably view this as something similar, where you took out the lows of the range. And a trade that I like to take on Bitcoin is to go long on a break and retest or a reclaim of the middle of the range. So we might have something like this, where we have that, and this is where, like, that's the trade I'm looking to take. So when I'm trading ranges on Bitcoin, this is the setup I like. And because but then again, you look at the daily, it's very messy. I mean,
it's a tough one. It isn't. It is tough.
And then you have all of this, like all of this area here, which is just
Yeah.
This feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But then again, you look at like usually, sometimes I want to look at Bitcoin on the higher time frames just to remind people about the fact that this is still a very strong uptrend. We still have that level below. Yes, it might break down lower, but Bitcoin, usually what happens on Bitcoin is it just leaves everyone behind. So now the world is kind of waking up to the fact that Bitcoin broke above this level here. Everyone's waiting for that,
Max Payne,
31.
baby.
Yeah. And you know what? For Bitcoin, Max Payne, this is
Is
a
a
Max
thing.
Payne move.
Oh, mate, people are sidelined as hell at the moment, but
Yeah.
also people that have got in at the top and now it's going down. Now they're panicking, they're losing, they're underwater a little bit, gonna start selling, and then that's when it's gonna. Bitcoin's one of those things that is the Max Payne type of asset. It takes all of it out of you, and when it takes everything out of you, then it goes the way that you thought it was gonna do. I think it's gonna go up. It goes down, and you suddenly close your position, and bang, it goes straight the direction you thought it was. That's just how it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Exciting asset, man.
I want to show, because we got a lot of people on here, so I want to show you guys something. If you're into Bitcoin,
let me let's have a look.
So
you popping something on the screen? I'll change it over
yeah,
for a second. Then you can pop over.
No, I'm going to show you just a second here. So this is something called the MVRVC score for Bitcoin. So this is the only thing I use really when determining if I should buy or sell Bitcoin. Really, not only this, but this is my main indicator I'm looking at for Bitcoin. So it's very, very simple, right? You could clearly see here that if you bought, so the orange one is the price of Bitcoin, and then the green zone is basically the buy zone, and up here is the sell zone. So this is the top of the 2017 bull market, and this is the top of the previous bull run. This is the current low, and then this is the COVID crash right here. So if you bought whenever this indicator told you to buy, you would have been up massively on the MVRC score. So I combined the MVRVC score with the reload zone. So here you can see the reload zone from this low area all the way up here. And what happened was when Bitcoin enters the MVRVC score and the reload zone, that's when you go into Bitcoin. So this right here, this was the FTX crash, which just took us straight into the reload zone. Yeah, which also made Bitcoin kind of go into the MVRVC score. And so yeah, that's when I started accumulating Bitcoin, like when we broke below the 0.618 and entered that green zone. And I'm just, that's why I'm not so very interested in trading Bitcoin at this point, because I'm a long swing trader with Bitcoin. I've accumulated my bag here, and I'm looking for exit targets for Bitcoin. And it's very, very simple. Where am I going to exit Bitcoin? Well, when the price starts moving closer to the red zone. As you can see, there's quite a lot of room to the upside.
When he's got that Lambo money, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, if you follow this very simple process from the mid zone of the reload zone, you would have already been up almost 2x, which is it's easy money really, because it's simple. And you remember down here, nobody talked about Bitcoin.
People were saying 12,000, 10,000. People were
not people. Like, Capo talked about 12. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah. He still thinks it's gonna drop down to there. He's still staying with it.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, honestly, like all I was,
Capo.
It's no disrespect at all, but it's not that's not trading. That's not technical analysis. You can't just say, Bitcoin is gonna hit 12K, which is down here, and now it's up here. You failed. Like the trade is gone. Bitcoin is up 100%. Just accept the fact that you are wrong. You can't come 10 years later when Bitcoin has moved. Like maybe, when Bitcoin has moved like this, you can't just say that, I was right, like 10 years later. That's
R.I.P.
Sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you're wrong.
I guess how many followers he's got on Twitter though now?
I don't know, like 500,000 maybe, I don't know.
Oh, more. See if you can get it. See if you can get close.
800.
Oh damn, man! Fair play. Did you just check? You just checked. You just checked that. You just checked.
I swear to God. Look, but I swear to God, I did not look. I did not look.
Check. What?
Well,
fair enough.
The thing is, I'm on Twitter every day. I know most of the bigger accounts, at least on crypto Twitter. All right, we are at 520 likes. 520 likes. Man, you guys are gonna ruin Saul. He's
gonna be there with his fingers, gonna open these accounts.
He's not gonna like this. Like, guys, maybe we should. Okay. So
maybe for a million likes, we'll have to give away like a Lambo, or we'll have to give away like.
That would be amazing.
We've got a guest coming on soon as well. All week as well. We've got a couple of guests coming on. We've got Scruffy Trader. He's going to come on Wednesday. He is also going to be doing his scalping strategy, which he scalps absolutely everything, and he does it. He's got a very, very specific methodology. Really funny, a really funny guy, really nice guy as well. So he's going to come on Wednesday. And Jonatan, you're with somebody else tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit about. Actually, I'm not going to. Shall I tell them, or should I keep it as?
Yeah. So tomorrow we have a good friend and trader buddy of mine, Dirk Hartig. I've been trading with him for many years, and he's been an institutional investor and trader. He recently worked with in private banking, and he's now trading his own capital. He's been trading for 20 years. He's really, really experienced, and he knows a lot about Bitcoin, and he's big into investing into Bitcoin, and he has some very, very interesting ways of analyzing Bitcoin on the high time frames. So tomorrow, I think it's going to be a good episode for everyone interested in Bitcoin and crypto, because he's going to be focused on the halving coming up and what you might do to kind of prepare for the halving if you're looking to get into Bitcoin. So that's going to be a good one. Yep.
Make sure, guys, you are liked and subscribed to everything so you don't miss out on all of the live streams. For the giveaways, we are going to be doing that in probably around about 20-30 minutes once we've got our guest coming on, and towards the end, once we know that everybody's had a chance to leave 100k in the comments, that's when we will do the giveaway live on air so everybody can see, and then we'll be able to get those accounts for everybody sorted.
Yeah, and I get some questions for the indicator I'm using. This is the RSS Slingshot. It's one that I put together. It's basically a combination of different indicators, and I'm used to using it as a kind of like alert signals. You see these long and short signals. It gets on the high time frames. It gets forwarded to my to a private channel that I have, so I can just get it. It's basically for myself. It's just a private indicator that I use for myself, and I get everything to my phone, so I can check my phone for all the alerts, and I have a screenshot of the chart. So if I'm out, I'll see if the trade is worth taking or not. It's really, really good, and I do recommend that if you know how to code. I don't know how to code. I found somebody who did it, but yeah, if you know how to code indicators in TradingView, I highly recommend trying to set things together to try to get an automated system, because it does really help with alerts. It's really helpful. All right, we got silver.
Should we show first? I want to show everybody, so because there's going to be a lot of people here from the YouTube, from Twitter or places like that haven't been to the Fiverr. They haven't got an account with the 5ers. So I just want to give a little bit of an intro to who we are and what we do. So obviously we fund traders. If you're in the industry, then you probably already know. Here are the spreads, guys. I just want to show you all. I've seen different brokers and all of the different spreads with many different brokers. You are not going to get spreads and execution like you have with the 5ers. Let's say if I'm just going to enter a little position right now, let's say I'm just going to sell another position, and it's took a little bit of time. That took more than a millisecond, but there you go. Instant execution and all the best spreads as well. So if you are looking for a challenge and you're already profitable, and you want to go for our instant funding, it's the fastest way to the millions, then definitely go to the website Instant Funding and start off your journey there. If you're not already profitable, but you want to get your skin in the game, go for the boot camp, where you only pay a small fee to start off with, and the rest upon success. So you only pay once you've completed and passed the challenge. Boot camp, I've seen traders that have gone into the boot camp. They've gone through 2 or 3 stages. They didn't, unfortunately, get to the funding stage. They went onto the instant funding and instantly got funded. And I've seen people go onto the boot camp. We've got the Conscientious Trader. He's got a YouTube channel. He has documented his boot camp journey. He got to 350K, I think, probably even more. Loads of different payouts, all from the boot camp account. So we've got absolutely everything for all types of traders. So there you go. I'll pass it over to you because you've got something on there.
Yeah, so the instant funding program is now called the Hypergrowth program. So I just want to point that out, right? Because we did change.
What would I do without you, bro?
We did change the name, and I think
exactly.
It's a really amazing opportunity because you do double your account every time you hit that 10%. Next milestone. So yeah, if you get that 40K account, it's quickly getting up to 80K in funding, which is it's quite amazing.
Not even that. We had a person that got in a couple of months. I think he got up to 450. I'll have to double check my Twitter. If people go onto my Twitter, they can see the pictures of this guy. He went absolutely, started on the smallest account and ended up in the later levels in the space of like 2 months. It's absolutely crazy.
We should get some of those on here and kind of like talk about how they went through, because we do have those interviews. I've seen a couple of interviews with successful traders, and guys, if you want to check those out, go to the YouTube channel. There's a lot of interviews with traders who have passed challenges and had some really impressive runs and payouts.
I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna put it in the group into the chat.
So yeah, I'm still watching GBP AUD here, and yeah, I don't know. Like this is the one where I do have a feeling that this might be the end of the trend here. So I'm definitely I need to wait for some proper confirmation here before entering this one. But I do think I'm going to keep this one open, try to put my stop loss at entry quickly, and have this trade perhaps just run to the downside.
What a disservice. I was going on 2 months and he got to this. In 2 weeks, he went from the lowest account all the way to 640. And I'm going to post the pictures here in the group. So people, if they are interested in seeing what happened to his account, they'll be able to click on the link and see. It's absolutely insane. Like, just, yeah. Sometimes it shocks me how fast you can go into, how fast you can level up.
All right, so we might have a trade here on AUDJPY. Let's see if we have something. Looks like it might be getting away from here. All right, so I don't know. I had I've already had a couple of trades not going my way today, and I'm not sure I'm liking this one. Well, I do quite like it. Maybe I do. Okay, so I need a cleaner short. This is too many things going on here at once, so I have to kind of remove some stuff here. Okay, so on the 4 hour, I'm thinking that this move that we're getting right now, I want to add that level as well. So that's going to be like a 4 hour level. The move that we're getting now, I'm thinking that it's going to move, at least hit those highs right here. So on the 1 hour, this might be slightly problematic because we now have that high. So price is actually testing that high right there. But on the 15-minute, okay, so if we can get a close, let's say this candle closing in 6 minutes, if it closes above the 50, I probably have a trade here up to that level. So not the biggest trade, but still something. And I have some alerts here as well. So we got GBP AUD, it's moving higher. Now what I want to see is actually, I would like to see price move higher here. So I'm going to put another alert here to see it move higher. And then, do we have anything on silver? I don't know. This looked like an interesting trade on silver.
Gold is, I want to get into gold. I like gold, and it looks like it's pushing up further. So I'm waiting to see if I get a bit of a retracement, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's remove some levels here. Yeah, I'm liking gold as well. And usually when I see something like this, I'm looking at the 4-hour. So there's a good area up here. Maybe something like that. However,
I think
I'm not really.
the missed trade, I would have got it really if I was looking at this earlier. I think it's because somebody said here, look at gold. That little retracement before that last move, that last push up, that's really where I would have preferred to get in. I wouldn't really get in anywhere here. Probably a retracement back to the top of that range on the 1 hour. That's probably the next place that I'd look to get in. But anything here now, I'm probably going to sit on the sidelines, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I think that looks like a really good level. However, like I think if you go to the 4-hour, I don't really like when you have like this whole level right here, because now it like whatever level I'm trading lower on the 1 hour, it kind of feels like somewhat like I'm buying resistance here. But what I like to do is I like to look at all the previous rejections at that resistance. So you look at like how price has behaved when hitting that level, and here we have something different. So we have that test, and basically what we're looking for is for that to be the test and then that to be the breakout. So we have like a first test and then immediately a test after. And if this 1 hour candle can close above, it's going to be the first time that 1 hour candle has closed above, and we have somewhat of a trend. Here it looks more of a range, so there is a change in behavior on this whole structure right here. So maybe if we do get a 1 hour close above, because if this 1 hour candle closes down here, it's just going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be the same behavior as the last touches of resistance. So yeah, but maybe let's put an alert right there.
Keep an eye on it. Wow, look how many people have liked and entered into the competition. This is
we almost have 600. So can you repeat what Saul said about So
every 100 likes we are going to give away another 100k boot camp. So what's going to happen in the next 20 minutes after we've had your guest come on and introduce himself to the community, done a little bit of TA and stuff, we will then pop over to the giveaway platform that we're using, and then we will, depending on how many likes we've got, we will do the giveaways. And then the people that have won, we will find out who they are, and then we'll reach out to them, or they can reach out to us, and we'll sort it out.
All right, guys, we got 20 more likes till we hit 600. We got 18 more likes. They're just dropping in here quick. Nice. Oh well, that's nice. Very 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 quickly here. I'm actually kind of like I'm almost out of words here. I'm watching the likes just go up like crazy, and I'm trying to think about the trades I'm looking at, but I keep looking at the number of likes.
Wow, gold's really having a nice little push.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe this is the breakout. Maybe this is when you want to be a breakout trader. I don't know.
You gotta to be a breakout trader. It's quite it looks nerve-wracking, man. I don't think I could. I haven't got it in me. Like I could never trade like the way Saul trades as well. That's one thing I always got to say. I respect like that. You've got to have some, some steel to be able to trade the way that Saul does, honestly.
Yeah. All right. We got somebody waiting here in the Galvaldo, James.
Should we add him in?
Should we? All right. Looks like we already did.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up, man? You're in the United States of Americas, right?
Yep. The West Coast. So it's about 6 a.m. here. But
Awesome.
yeah, been just watching your guys' trades. Everything looks good. I gotta agree with you guys on the gold. A little messy for me personally, but I love what you guys are doing with the break and retest and everything. I'm personally a Malaysian SNR trader, so break and retest is kind of our bread and butter. We call it resistance becomes support, or support becomes resistance. RBS, SBRs. And so, most of us Malaysian SNR traders, we trade off the 4-hour or even the daily. So by trade, we're swing traders, but we love charts and we love marking them up and stuff. And so always looking for that big picture move and getting what we call wick entries or shadow entries. And it's literally the goal is to get your entry on a wick. If you're looking at the 4-hour chart and your entry is on the wick, then you succeeded. And so
I'm super curious about this. This is the first time I've ever heard about this, to be fair.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this. This is
and you're also you're also trading a 5ers challenge account right now as well, right?
Yeah. I'm on third phase of the 5K that you guys gave away for $1.
Nice.
You guys are amazing people. So
wow, really?
Nice. Yeah, we're floating $100 in profit, 244 in balance. So we're down. I heard you took some losses. It is what it is. We have a candle close right now. So, but been well in equity for most of the progress, and did the first 2 phases in like a week and a half or something. So even though we can trade on the 4-hour, it can go very quick because usually we're pretty confident about those entries. So 1%, 2%, it's pretty common. The one thing I do differentiate myself with most Malaysian SNR traders is most of them are gold. They don't trade anything else. All they trade is gold.
Well, maybe you could
show you gotta show us, man. I want to know about this stuff. Give us the secrets. I want to
I've never done, let's see here if I share screen.
Yeah, you're just gonna press share screen and then you can select the application or screen or whatever.
Do you see my screen now or?
Nope.
Yeah,
here we go.
Here we go. There you go.
Okay. So, Malaysian SNR is kind of like a martial art. There's different aspects to it. The main thing is storyline. That's what we all kind of do. But then other people will use trend lines, and there's different flavors to it. But there's a guy on YouTube because this is kind of like a hidden thing, and it's not nearly as big as like.
It's not hidden anymore, though.
Oh
yeah,
no!
That's it, man. It's out there.
Trading Nut, actually, he's been awesome, and he's done interviews with 3 of the biggest guys. So I highly recommend if you want to like hear there's 3 like gurus that have kind of come out and talked. One of them didn't even show his face, but there's 3 guys, and they're like the masters and stuff. And so all the credit to them. Loaded Potato, it's like Clactador and Arif T. They're the masters. So, but anyways, all that to say, what we're talking about is big picture move stuff. And so like I've marked out here on my chart all of the things that I would call pairs in play. And so the model I'm using is a daily reject daily and then a 4-hour breakout. So it's very simple. So if we look at like AUDCAD, we go here and right away, the one thing about Malaysian SNR, I kind of got to back it up here because the one thing is that we work off A's and V's. And what I mean by that is when we look at a line chart, we see V's, A's, 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 V's, A's, A's. So what are these? Well, these are strong structural points. We don't guess. We're not guessing where the line chart is. We know exactly where it is. And a trick we can use to do that is we actually put a 1 EMA on our chart, and it's just a 1 EMA. And it precisely plots where you're going to put your lines. So this is not guesswork.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, this is that's a Reef T. He did the 1 EME is all Mr. T. So, but there's no guesswork here. And if we look back, I mean, I can look right here. We have clear rejections off this line. So what we're working with here, this is actually a pair I'm in right now. I'm about to go and profit it on AUDCAD, and we had a clear structure point here, reject, and then we broke it, and then it rejected twice. And this is a daily reject daily, and that's a very clear daily reject daily because that's a wick. So what I just talked about, your shadows or zones, if you're trading off the daily, that's where you would get in. That's absolutely where you would get in. That'd be your entry right there on those wicks. So we then go to the 4-hour, and then we look for a breakout. We now are going to see where we broke. If we go back to the daily, this is where it rejected. That's our solid line. And let me get rid of this. Now we're looking for a breakout, and this is what I mean by there's many ways to do this. You can use a Quasimodo, which I've actually identified here, up, down, higher up, down, and then you would get in right here. You can just use a simple breakout, come back and retrace back on something like this check mark right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this check mark right here is something I really like to get in on because those are usually supply demand points and usually good points to just pop right back in there. And actually, if we look here, we can see this actually connects a bunch of times. Let me just turn off the magnet. But right here, I mean, it met there, it met there, it met there, it met there. So it is support and resistance, but it has the Malaysian twist of using the line chart always. We're using the 1 EMA. A lot of people love the Quasimodo. They'll always do that. And so this is what we're looking for. And now we'll look at like another pair like AUD, again, a rejection right here. Let me get rid of this because I know that'll be a little confusing, but let me turn that off. There we go. Clear rejection. We have your clear point here, came down, broke that. And then all these wicks, again, that would be your entry if you're on the daily. If you even go on the weekly, sometimes you'll see a clear rejection on the weekly. That one is not a good example. Let's look here. I think this one was, yeah. That's your weekly rejection. I mean, are you kidding me? That's a clear wick rejection right off that. And I mean, this is the name of the game. That's a storyline. So if the definition of a storyline that I like that was most clear to me is a daily reject daily and then a breakout in the lower time frame. AKFX on YouTube pioneered that, but that has been the most clear to me. So if I'm looking at all these different pairs, I see daily reject daily, again with the line chart, daily reject daily. Then we go to the 4 hour and we look for a breakout. This is probably not the cleanest pair, but there's your breakout right there. It's breaking that structure right there. And it's a break and structure. It's a break and retest, however you want to call it. But we do get some clarity with the line chart. Working on the higher time frames, it's not going to be as chaotic as, the 1 minute, the 5 minute, small time, lower time frame, liquidity sweeps, and so forth. And it can really be that simple.
Quick question.
You're looking for the start of the storyline. And again,
sorry if I'm interrupting here. And I do feel like there's a bit of a lag here. So like maybe a couple of second lag, but so it's basically like you have the line chart, you look at the A's and the V's, and you look at like a break and retest of the levels created. So what I would be interested in knowing is more information on like what's the actual entry trigger. When do you know when it's time to put in orders? And by the way, guys, the Discord, we have an exclusive Discord for everyone who is a trader, a funded or have a challenge account. So you go into the hub and you go into the Discord server. It's a private community where we have private live streams and private voice chat sessions every day, I believe, in the Discord server. So definitely go there and check it out. And remember, you have to be signed up to the hub to be able to win and access your account. So go to the hub.the5ers.com and sign up. All right.
Yep.
That's everything I wanted to say. Sorry for the interruption.
No worries. Yeah. So it's a great question, and your entry trigger is malleable. It's what you want to make it. You could either use a QM. We could use what is called a SNR C1. This was pioneered by Nora Bystra. Let me see if I can find an example here. This would be one right here. So I'm sorry, this is gonna be a lot of information because this is just like probably not.
Do it. More information. Go
ahead.
If
people like you, they're gonna comment, and we're gonna bring up on you again, and you'll be able to explain everything.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity, guys. So like I said, there's do you guys pretty clear what a QM is? It's your low. It's your Quasimodo. Yeah. I think we have one right here. Yeah, I mean, your high, low, higher, high, lower, low, and then you return. Okay, so that's one entry model. Now another one would be, I think I saw one over here.
Actually, Gil Ben-Hur, the founder, he used to run a technique with Read the Markets. I think that was the community he was with, and they love the Quasimodo, so they used to trade a lot of times off of it.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So here's another one, and this is kind of actually a supply and demand type setup, but this is again from Norrbystra. And so what this setup is it's called the SNRC1. And basically what it is you're looking for your rally-based rally, right? But with the rally-based rally, you're looking for a or V here to pop off of. So you have the extra support here to actually trade off of. And what this is this is a form of resistance, right? So anytime you make a line chart, it's always going to be the best line charts are 2 candles. You have a buy, sell, or sell, buy. These make line charts, sell, buy, sell. So what this is a form of resistance. And what you're doing is you're taking a rally-based rally with a solid A here to give you further confluence. This is personally my favorite setup, but I really have like 3 or 4 ways I can enter. It would be your Quasimodo, your SNRC1, this one, and then sometimes just a simple breakout. I mean, sometimes you can just get the breakdown here, and this didn't re-enter, but this is actually another SNRC1 right here. The thing about this setup is it almost shows up all the time with these breakdown and retrace. Right here, you have a drop, base drop. And then right there, you have your V. And it is a set. Oh, I was just going to say, it is a set and forget strategy. This is not a strategy where we're going. Yeah. Now, hold on. Now, let me preface that. Loaded Potato and other guys say you need to go down to the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and look at but it's very subjective for me, and I get very confused. And so I want to keep this as simple as possible. And I've realized I pass challenges and make profits when I just keep it as simple as possible. So I don't even want to really use the weekly, but I like to kind of have a bigger idea. But at the end of the day, what does it matter, right? Because my definition right here is what a storyline is a daily reject daily and then a 4-hour breakout. I mean, if I just keep those that 1, 2 daily reject daily and a 4-hour breakout, then I put a setup here, but it's the same thing. I mean, and that's what the definition.
What do you do for targets, risk management, stuff like that? What's
Yeah, I always go for at least 1.5R, but if I can get it really tight, it's usually about 2. The way I've really struggled with this. I've been trading for 6 years in April, and I've really gone back and forth, read all the psychology books and stuff. And the best way I could always equate it to is I love basketball, and in basketball, if you always score 3-point shots and your opponent never does, and you play defense, you always win the game. So I realized that if you always do 1.5R and you don't take huge losses and try to cut your loss before the full R, or just just play really defensive, but get that 1.5R, you'll win a lot. So I mean, I understand people can hit 3R, 5R and stuff, and I get it. But the other analogy I always think too is if you're at a shooting range and you're shooting at the targets, and literally the 5R target is like so much further down the range, and you can't hit it. You just can't hit it, but you can hit the other targets and still get some points. Like, why wouldn't you? So. But that is such
super
a
analogy.
I think that's very good. And I think you're saying like 1.5R, and a lot of people watching this, and especially and I know like
SMC,
we have a lot of like we have a lot of ICT traders on here and in the comments, and they're gonna be like, oh, 1.5R is nothing. Well, 1.5R with a 50% win rate will keep you quite profitable. So, if you're at 50% win rate and you take trades that are on average 1R, you're going to be at break even. So as soon as you just peak above that 1R in average R, you're going to be profitable. So it's I believe for me, I became more profitable when I took profits earlier. So when I instead looked at 1.5R instead of like 2 or 3R.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I'm not trying to like shout people out, but one of the most profitable, most consistent payout guys on Twitter is a 1R trader. So it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, in and out.
So yeah,
okay,
I'm looking at profit here in Audi. I'm short AU and the Kiwi. So that's like what my trades are right now. And I'm on the boot camp, so leverage is a little lower. But I will say, guys, I think leverage is a powerful thing because it makes you be selective of your trades.
Definitely.
You got
leverage is lower leverage actually is better for a lot of traders. Not over leveraging, putting bigger positions. Because what normally happens is a trader gets confident, opens up a big position because he's got high enough leverage, loses on that position, revenge trades, falls back into some cycle and blind spots, and then he blows the account. I see it every single day. I speak to so many different traders, and that's the exact cycle that they've got. So with lower leverage, not opening those massive positions, suddenly if they take the loss, then the loss doesn't hurt them enough that they're going to go, okay, I'm going to get into another one to try and get all of that money back. And it actually saves a lot of people. So,
you know, when you're trading your challenge camps, you say you're on the third stage of the boot camp, right? So you've already gone through the first two stages. Is there any, like, if you have any advice to, because we're going to give away a couple of accounts here today, if you have any advice to those who are starting a new account, what would those be?
I would definitely say that if they don't have their trading plan in front of them, they probably don't have a trading plan. And if you don't have a trading plan, you're probably not ready to trade. You got to plan your trade and trade the plan. So what I mean by that is separation is in the preparation, and you've got to have something that's so concrete, so identifiable that you could do it in your sleep. Just an idea or a hunch probably isn't going to work. You may get lucky on a couple targets and stuff, but you're not going to survive. You're not going to swim. And you know, there's so much free education out there. I mean, like, your strategy is fantastic. I would say people focus on your strategy and do at least 100 back test trades in TradingView with a free account, using Excel, using a pad of paper. I mean, there's no reason to purchase anything at all. But I get it. People want to jump in and they want to make money. But unfortunately, like, never works that way. Never.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why the failure rate is so high. So, you know, it's, you know, lower than 5% make it in this game. And when I say make it, I don't mean you go through a challenge account. I mean, you have multiple payouts. So the people, you know, the percentage of people that actually do have multiple payouts after getting funded is very, very low. So you got to take that serious and understand that it's low because it's just so hard. But honestly, like, it's the TA is not very hard. It's the actual execution and trade management that's very hard. So if you don't have a system, like, you got to get that system. And that's why we do these live streams where I really want to, you know, show the details of my system so that people can really try it out before, you know, trying to get funded. Like, take 20 trades. If you're profitable on those 20 trades, take 20 more. If it works, yeah, okay. At that point, it's time to start trading and getting funded. But yeah, gotta keep it simple, you know.
People are going to kill me. You need a capital K on the 100K, okay? A little K is not going to enter you in, okay? You got to have a big capital K. We've got so many entries, to be honest. But just for the people, because I see small K, it needs a capital K. Obviously, it's case sensitive on this thing, so.
All right, Alex, there's a lot of background from your microphone. Just a quick tip: if you go into settings here and click audio, there's an echo cancellation. Maybe you could try that out and see if that does anything. We have one commenting 50K. No, you got to comment 100K, not 50K. That won't do anything.
It should be a bit better. Tell me if the microphone's still messed up though.
I think it's not really better, but doesn't matter.
Should we give it another 10 minutes and then we'll start doing the giveaway? I think. What do you think? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'd like to say we start at 700 likes, so we are at 671 right now. When we hit that 700 mark, we can start maybe looking at. Yeah, giving away some stuff.
What we're going to do. Yeah, man. So James, tell me a little bit about your experience with the 5ers so far, the spreads, execution, all of that. What's it been like for you?
I've actually pumped
the 5ers.
Yeah, I've tried a lot of firms, man, and there's nobody even comes close. I mean, I have a trade manager EA that basically helps me size into trades and my risk management, but it also lists the spreads in the top right, so I can see it immediately and I can put it side by side, and nobody even comes close. It's not even close. I mean, you're literally zero on Euro USD, and the executions are fantastic. I mean, It's just a
Gosh.
no-brainer. I try to tell people that you can have 3 accounts that all copy each other. I mean, you can have 1 boot camp and like 2 high stakes, and that's that's a paycheck like every week, every other week. So
there you go. You've heard it from somebody that isn't biased. He's done loads of different challenge accounts. Obviously, I'm very biased.
Yeah.
But,
well, when you guys talked about your liquidity providers, that was the done deal because he said it in the live stream. That I've been around enough. I know who IB is. I know who Saxo is. Like,
yeah, I mean that was actually that live stream was from before when I started working with the 5ers this month, and so I watched that live stream before becoming a member of the team, and I remember seeing that live stream like, yeah, that's when I decided to really start reaching out and like I want to work with these guys, because I decided, actually like a couple of years ago, I just had this idea that, man, I want to work for a prop firm. That's what I want to do. Like, I really want to work for a prop firm. And there was like 2 who stood out, and that was another big name that you all know about, like one of the original ones. And yeah, Russ, we got FTMO.
I knew it.
Yeah, so we had like the 2 big ones, right? You had FTMO and then the 5ers. But after that live stream, because FTMO didn't do anything like that really, so the 5ers just went straight out after that. My Force Fund fiasco, and just laid it straight out there, like total transparency, total honesty. Like, these are, and I remember like in the beginning he didn't want to say all of it, but then it's like, yeah, okay, these are the ones, and everyone's like, I remember like Twitter just exploded, right? Saxo, IB, yeah, that's amazing.
I think it was important because the reputation of the industry was kind of on the line, and when you've got certain relationships with certain people and certain businesses, sometimes that actually is your business edge. Having those relationships and people aren't using those types of people is a business edge as well. So it's like, but I guess with the reputation of the industry on the line, somebody had to do it. So yeah,
and I'm thinking, I wonder how many firms out there have basically just the same.
Yeah,
just
100%.
That's another discussion for another time. But it's you guys, if you're watching this, you have to understand that all of these new firms popping up all over the place, a lot of them have the same,
a lot of these big firms, sorry to cut you in, a lot of these new firms haven't got the reputation or haven't got the pockets to even get an LP like Saxo Bank or IB or anybody like that. A lot of them will go for a third party broker, Think Markets or AUDCAD, all of these different people. And personally, I wouldn't want to be, I wouldn't want to be paying $7 per lot round trip and all the other spreads and stuff that you get charged on top of the stuff that you do with the prop firm. But there you go. That's just me.
Dude, Alex, how's your trade going? Because I'm trying to find something to trade here, and it's just not going. Nothing's going my way. All right, so you
can't force it, man. Like, yeah, I'm still in. Obviously, I took the profits out of there. This is what happened to me today. So I originally got in on this candle after I saw the rejection of the 200 in EMA, went into profit, and then obviously came back up and took me out when I bought my stop closer to the entry. And then as soon as I saw that it kind of wicked back down underneath the 200 EMA, that's when I got back in again. And that's it, really. Probably going to leave this because obviously pound's still. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I'm almost in profit here. I was actually down about 200, and now we're almost in profit. So that's the fun of a swing trade. You just got to hang in there.
Swing trading for me. I could never, because I always like to be fiddling. I always like to be messing with the charts. That's why 15 minutes and 1 minute was always good for me, because if I was instantly in profit or instantly in drawdown, then I kind of got that, that instant kind of gratification, which is pretty bad. But then I could sleep at night. If I have a big trade on and I go to sleep, I'm not going to sleep. Yeah. I have to be checking my phone. I have to be seeing what's going on with it. So swing trading for me is just a recipe for disaster.
Well, I love swing trading. I mean, I'm definitely a mostly a swing trader. But honestly, though, like, how fun would these live streams be if I took one trade a day? Like, I take one trade in the morning, then these live streams are going to be 2 hours of me watching the same trade just go like a couple of ticks in either direction, and then two days later I'm gonna hit that profit. So yeah, it's like there's like I try to I try to show my strategy, like how it works in swing trading, because it's an important fact here is the fact that price action is fractal. So whenever you have that trend on the higher time frames, you're gonna find the same trend on the lower time frames, and that's what my system is all based on. You're able to trade the same system on basically all time frame, as long as you can identify a trend. And actually there's one pair that I like to use in a lot of like educational material I do, and that's Euro NCD, because Euro NCD have had a period. Let's see, where was it? So it's actually very right. So I believe it's this period right here, where you have from around April 2022 up until about December 22. So this almost this whole year here is just a beautiful like image of that picture perfect market structure, where you have that uptrend and then some sort of range, downtrend range, uptrend range, downtrend range, and then kind of like starts moving upwards. And if you go into this section on Euro NCD, you'll find the whole universe of different trends and ranges on the lower time frames. And it's just, so Euro NCD I believe is the great example if you want to really experience the fact that market structure is fractal. So all of the price action on Euro NCD for the year of 2022 is just a beautiful example of that. And you can, especially from August to October, you can really see that it's a very good long opportunity, the break and retest of that level right here. And then you would exit at like a break of market structure up here. That would be like a really good swing trade. But in this trend, you have multiple, like on the 4-hour, multiple break and retest trades here. And if you go into like the 15-minute, you'll be able to trade it short and long. And like, this is just the perfect example of how you can use, one system to trade literally all time frames. So yeah, I think that's important to have in mind.
Now I'll just add what you said before, obviously, by the trading on the live streams. Now we're doing 2 hours and we're doing more of them. There's going to be times where we're just sitting around and there's not going to be any trades, because we can't force trades. But when you do see an opportunity, then we're going to get it all on live. And when there's the volatile days in the market, we're all going to be in trades. And I'm sure that James is going to be with us a couple of times when we're going to be in some trades in the future as well. But it's the market's a little bit choppy, it's a little bit sleepy. But to be honest, it's still January, so let everything get warmed up, people back to work, back off their holidays and stuff like that. I don't know.
All right, so we got GBP AUD here. We are now, so remember we talked about how we wanted to see a touch of this level. So it's now hitting I wouldn't say that this is, I think this is a good opportunity to show the idea of how trend, because a lot of people, they add a trend line and then they say like, oh, it's going to hit that trend line perfectly. But there's no such thing as perfect levels in trading, in my opinion. So what I do usually is I use the channel tool and I try to run it parallel to that one like this, and then extend it sort of like that, and then remove the trend line, and there we have the trend line area. Just like you have a horizontal level or horizontal area, you have a trend line area. So whenever price hits this general area around that trend line, I view it as a hit of the trend line. Now looking at GBP AUD again, you go out to the 4-hour, like we hit that low. Is this a good level to short? I don't know, because on the 4-hour, this is support, high time frame support. This is high time frame resistance up here. So I'm basically like shorting something like between, and when I'm swing trading, this is definitely a no trade zone for me, in my opinion, when you're like between high time frame support and resistance. But then when I go into the lower time frames, the trend is very clear, at least somewhat clear. If we didn't have that higher low and that higher high, if you look at like the very local trend, so looking at this, we have a uptrend here, and usually that's what you see. A pullback will always be an uptrend on the lower time frames. So this is a pullback on the 5-minute, and that's always going to be an uptrend on the lower time frames. Now, what would confirm this for me would be a 5-minute bearish engulfing candle, which means that this candle, which is gonna close in 50 seconds will close all the way down here. If that happens, which is probably not gonna happen, that also means we have a possible break of structure, which might look like this. And if we have a rejection here, we now have a high and a lower high. We might form that local downtrend, which would be the move lower that I'm looking to trade. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that might come, you know, on the in 5 minutes after this candle close. I'm gonna put an alert right here. Honestly, I'm not used to doing these long live streams, so now it's been.
Nah, bro, you're good. I love it when you talk because it can actually take the spotlight, so I can just like look at the charts and see what's going on.
Same here, man. Sometimes I'm just waiting for you to start speaking so I can check the likes.
Yeah, wow.
up
Look
to,
at gold, guys. Look at gold, guys. That's why I would not have touched gold. That was a bait.
That's exactly what we talked about, right? That's exactly what we talked about. But now we have that, yeah, so
look at that
exactly,
rejection.
we have that 1 hour candle, exactly. But, you know, now, actually, we might bounce here, right? We might have that bounce, but if it takes out this low, definitely this trade is just completely gone. But what I'm seeing here is actually, like, I'm seeing something here.
Yeah,
So,
you could hit it lower time frame for sure,
yeah, but I mean, you break, you come down lower, and you know, below that reload zone. This is what I call the reload zone, guys. Is just the area between the 0.786 and the 0.618. And the reason why I say the reload zone is because I'd like to say it's where smart money. It's like, you know, where smart money likes to fill up their positions. It's where a lot of algos activate, but I'm not going to say that because then a lot of people are going to start screaming ICT. So I leave it and I just say reload zone. So, you know, you can see that on a lot of pullbacks and the retraces, you'll see that it comes down into that pocket and kind of reloads. You can see it on the Bitcoin chart here, for example. It's a perfect example.
I see a really nasty daily reject daily on gold. I just kind of wanted
to see.
Yeah.
Let's pop over to your chart. Show us, man. Show us what you're looking at.
This is why I wouldn't get in now. You see we have this point over here, right here. And then look how many times it rejected off that exactly.
Yeah.
It's just eating off this. It's just baiting people in to get in long here, and then boom. I think.
So you would be looking at that to short.
I would right here, yeah. I mean, it's done so much too. You know, I hate to get into speculation like that, but yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. So right now, I don't see. I'm just looking. Has the storyline started, and it looks like it's rejected, and that storyline would actually be short. That's the closest thing I can see to a storyline forming, because if I look right here, this isn't rejecting off anything. So let me see this right here. This is where I would agree
that you would agree that gold is quite messy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so
super messy.
Absolutely. So, yep.
Alex, are we gonna do the giveaway live?
Yeah, we're gonna do it live. I'm just setting something up now. You know, I'm doing multiple things at the moment. I'm also sorting out some support stuff while I'm in this live stream. So let me just sort this out quickly.
And guys, by the way, if you we've talked about getting more people on here. So if you're interested in joining a live trading session like this one, if you think you have something that you might want to show others, maybe you have a very unique way of trading and you want to talk about your trading, maybe you just want to get on here and you know, show us how you're trading and just talk general trading nonsense, you can reach out to the 5ers. You can DM me on Twitter, or you could send us an email, and we might set something up, because the more people we have on here, the more fun it's going to be.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Brilliant.
I appreciate it.
Guys, shall I take a look, and should we do the giveaway, or do you want to wait a little bit? You ready for the giveaway? How many likes have you got?
Well, maybe let us know in the comments if you guys are ready. If you want to wait, if you want to wait, or if you want to do it right now. Let us know in the comments. Let's see what they say. I'm sure we're not, probably not gonna get a lot of no's, you know. So probably gonna start doing that. All right, seems like they're ready. So yeah, let's do the
Give me a second. I'll share my screen in just 2 seconds. How many likes have we got, just out of interest?
We have 727.
Wow.
That's pretty nice.
Wow, that's let me change this because I can't really see it very well. Let me put your screen back on and let me sort this out so you can make it a bit wider.
Sure. Okay, so GBP AUD is now kind of breaking the overall, about to break the overall structure. I'm not liking this. It's a double top. Looks like more of a double top here, which this idea now, the fact that we hit high time frame support. I mean, we're probably going to come up and test weekly open. We're probably going to get something like this and then stop moving higher, and we'll have that break of structure probably here. Now, I'm not trying to predict anything, right? But I mean, that's just how markets move. It's just so simple. And people look at this and like, oh wow, he predicted that move. Not really. This is how the markets have moved since the beginning of candlestick charts, basically.
Are we ready?
Oh wow!
Let's go.
480. Nice.
480.
Right.
Okay, so we've got 800 likes or 700 likes. So I can pull out 8 people. 700. So let's go. Woof, 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 woof. Okay. Oh, wow, it goes slow. Adam, okay.
Nice. Congrats,
Let me just write you down. Obviously, if you're here and you're watching, send an email in to help@the5ers.com as well, instead of waiting for us to do it, and maybe make it faster. And we'll get that sorted for you. I'm going to write all the names down anyway, so I'll be in touch. Let's keep going. Oh.
And by the way, guys, if you're watching this right now and you have not liked the video and you're coming in right now, remember you have another job tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to do the same thing. If you did not win today, you might win tomorrow. And if you did win today, maybe you'll win tomorrow as well. Who knows?
Wow. Then you can put a copy trader on. Woof. Oh, here we go. Oh, let's go, my baby. Let's get the money.
Nice. So how many are we at? 3?
Yeah. We got quite a few more. But no, it's
4 million of potential in an account.
Oh, that's it, man.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
BST, there you go.
Man, I gotta stand up for this.
Let me go back on draw again. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Tell us if you've enjoyed the stream, what you've liked. Oh, you got a stand-up desk, huh? Oof. I gotta get myself a stand-up desk.
Yeah, they're awesome. Can't be sitting around all day.
So all the winners, guys, make sure, obviously, you send us a message to help@the5ers.com. It will save me lots of stress to find you on YouTube and try and find your email address and stuff like that. So help@the5ers.com with your YouTube name. We'll get you.
I actually prepared a lot of cool sound effects for today's live stream, but obviously you can't hear them. So I was thinking maybe I'll have to do something with my own voice, but then I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna spare you.
We've got some cool animations as well getting built as well. So we're going to have some such cool animations coming on the screen and sounds and stuff. Really make the stream quite interesting. There you go. I think we got one more. Let me double check. Yes. Oh, no, it was 7, wasn't it? We did 7, or was it 8?
7.
7. That's it. That's nice. It, guys.
All right, congratulations, man. That's 7 100K bootcamp accounts. Your future starts today.
Yeah, man. That is fantastic. So 7 people, you guys make sure you go to help@the5ers.com and email us with your YouTube with your YouTube name. You can even speak to me on Twitter, whatever you want to do. I'll put my Twitter here. But I'll be going through each one of your accounts anyway to try and find your email. So you could just add your email to your YouTube account, but some people don't have that. So help@the5ers.com. I'll put my Twitter there as well, so you guys can do it like that. So Jonathan, what are you looking at now, man? You looking at getting into a trade, or you sticking out?
Well, you know, I don't know, man. It's quite the messy market out here today. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for here today, honestly.
Yeah.
Which might be for the better, because you know I had you know, a couple of losers this morning, and I think, you know, when I have a couple of losers in a row, I'd like to kind of take a step back. But honestly, I don't know what happened, because January was very good to me. Like the first week and the second week was very, very good in January. I believe I was up like 3% or something like that. But I started feeling that, you know the idea when you're up, and I also had a payout. I had to wait like a couple of days to a payout. So I thought maybe I should stop trading because I'm up quite a lot. Like maybe I should stop trading and just wait for the payout and get that
100%.
payout.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't, right? So
Oh gosh.
so what I did instead was I started trading with lower risk. But then this weekend, I said to myself, like, dude, like, come on, you gotta risk it, you know, you gotta risk it if you want to make money. You gotta increase that risk, because I lowered the risk because of fear. I felt like I felt fearful of giving back the profits. So I'm like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna risk not everything, but I'm gonna increase that risk. I'm a trader. That's what I do. I risk things.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started thinking like that, as soon as I increased my risk, that's it. 3 losers in a row, just like that. It's amazing
It
how
is what it is. Love trading.
Yeah.
You gotta love it and hate it all at the same time. But I'll tell you what, there's nothing like it.
No.
Oh yeah,
There's
definitely.
No.
a couple of people in here are obviously upset. If you're upset that you didn't get anything today, this is a daily occurrence happening on the 5ers YouTube. So every time we're going to do the live trading rooms, it's not always going to be a boot camp. Sometimes it may be a high stakes. It may be a Lambo. You never know how many likes we get. It could be a Lambo. You never know. You're just going to have to tune in, be here, and that's it, man.
Wait, you're not promising people a Lambo, are you?
Do you know what? If we get enough likes, you never know. You never know.
I'm gonna create a short clip out of this, and it's like
No, but we're definitely gonna clip. We're gonna clip James's when he was talking about the 5ers, because that just warms my heart up, man. Honestly, it really warms my heart knowing that like a trader of ours is having a good time, and you're doing well, and we'll bring you onto the streams more often, man. It was good having you here, and I want to know more about this strategy. Sounds super interesting, so
yeah,
I'm gonna do a little bit of homework on it as well.
Yeah, it's a can of worms. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and it's been a blast, and you know I really appreciate the chance to speak and everything, and yeah, thank you so much. So
for people, if they want to jump on to some of the live trading rooms in the future, maybe the next stream, what we'll do is we'll put a link and you guys can leave your details and we can get back to you. And that way we can bring you onto the stream with us. We can have up to 5-6 people on here at a time, depending how it is, and we'll see it. Now, for the people that aren't 5ers, this is your first time tuning in, go to our website, www.the5ers.com. We do many different challenges because we fund traders like you that if you are looking to get funding, then we'll be able to provide all of that to you. You've got the boot camp, hyper growth. You've got many different options. So tune in tomorrow and we'll see you then.
Yeah, and I'm also going live tomorrow in the Discord. So I'm doing the Coffee with Traders morning session tomorrow in the Discord. So this is an exclusive live stream for the members, which means if you have a funded account or a challenge account, you have access to Discord. And you join Discord by going into your hub, go to your program, and then in the upper right corner you have a Discord icon. Click that one, join Discord, and I will be trading live in the morning, and that's around EU Open, and I do have usually have a couple of good scalps around the European Open.
It's like a little. It's like a signal group, but not a signal group. Okay, the big disclaimer: it's not a signal group.
It's not a signal.
Yeah, you get a couple of good trades out of it. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a learn by following. Group.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you soon. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Hi guys, so thank you very much for watching.